I don't have any more it'll get betters left in me. Let's sit down and have a chat because life has been lifing and I'm tired of it. I'm literally so fed up. And you know, lately I've been having the thought of like, what if it doesn't get better? I feel like since the beginning of the year, we're now in June, I've had thing after thing after thing go wrong, right? I just got out of a 5-year relationship. And then I was briefly dating because it was one of those things where like the relationship was ending before it ended, you know what I mean? So when it ended, I was sad, right? But I was really relieved at the same time because I was like, this will be the start of my future. Like, this will be the start of something new. Like, I'm really excited. But people don't often talk about what's on the other side of that excitement when you're getting out of a relationship. I feel like it's like one way or the other. Like, people think like you're either really excited or really devastated. I was equally both. Like, and I think that that's not something that's talked about a lot. I was so excited because I have such a great time when I'm single and I won't have anybody's expectations on me. And, you know, this is my first time being single since I was 21 and I am 27. I'm about to be 28. So I just was kind of like, maybe this is what I need. The world is my oyster. I live in a new city. But that reality comes crashing down very quickly when you want to go somewhere and don't have anyone to go with. And that's not to say like my boyfriend was my only friend, because that's definitely not true. But I live in a new city and, you know, making friends has been a little harder for me. So, you know, and it comes crashing down when you realize like you have no idea what your future looks like anymore. Like, I've always been a person, I've always known what my next step was going to be. I knew where I was going to go to college 3 years before I even applied. I knew where I was going to live post-grad a year before I even graduated. Like, I've just always known what was next for me. And I think this is the first time in my life where I am truly unsure, because your world just opens up so much when you break up with somebody and you might not even realize it. But at the same time, like, that can be very scary and it can be not a great thing. So I had that situation, and so I briefly dated here and there. I've sworn off dating now, girl. I can't even. Nobody really watches these, and so I kind of just use YouTube as like my digital diary. So yeah, so I briefly dated after that because I thought that that was gonna heal all this hurt that I was feeling, right? Like, I thought in my head I had kind of moved on from my relationship because, again, like, it was way over before it was over. Like, we were in couples counseling, etc. So I'm dating. Dating is awful, you guys. Awful. Like, like, don't get me wrong, I've had good dates, but just like, I've realized what's really missing in society, because I'm not even gonna say just in the people that I've dated, but generally just in the people that I've met lately, people do not know how to consider other people, right? And so when I say maybe it doesn't get better, it's not to be pessimistic, but I feel like it almost kind of shields me from my own expectations. Because, you know, I'm always like, I'm a pretty optimistic person. I'm like, things are gonna get better. Like, I just met the wrong person, but when I meet the right person, it won't be like this, and yada, yada, yada. But it's like, what if you meet the right person and things are still like that? You know what I mean? Because this is a common thread I'm having in my life right now, and I don't know the lesson God and the universe are trying to teach me right now, but I'm hearing it, I'm seeing it. But I just feel like in my relationships, I'm not being considered in the way that I consider others. And that just really rocks my world. And you may be saying, Tania, what exactly does that mean? And I will just tell you, I'm dating someone. It's very, very casual though, because they do not live here. So when they're in town, they're an artist, they come, they leave. It's very brief, like we hang out. So before they come here, we made all these plans. They're like, oh, I want to have a picnic date. I want to go to a few museums. There's a few new museums in New York. I want to check out all these plans, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. Very excited for them to come because they told me that they were moving. They get here and suddenly, like, it's like we did not make these plans. And that whole month, I probably saw them twice. They were here for a whole month, saw them twice. Granted, were they here for work? Yes. But like, you knew that you were going to be here for work when you made these plans with me, right? Okay, no problem. So for work, I mentioned they're an artist. So I go to their final show. I'm so excited to see it. I low-key forgot to get tickets, but they were able to get me a ticket at the last minute. Great. Mind you, they had told me they were going to be here the entire month of April. At this point, it was probably like April. I think the show was on April 23rd, somewhere around there. So I'm like, okay, great. The show's over. Now we'll have nothing but time to hang out. We get to the show. And also, we hadn't been speaking a lot because I was kind of in my feelings and I was just like, I'm just going to let them rock. They will hit me up, you know, when they have a moment. We get to the show, show's over, wait till after the show. Waiting to talk to them. We talk and they're going to tell me, oh yeah, I leave tomorrow. Tomorrow. And it's like, you were going to leave tomorrow to go back to where you're from, where you live, and not say anything? And like, so now it becomes this goodbye that I just essentially like was not ready for. You know what I mean? So, and I'm just like, that is just so inconsiderate. Like, I feel like that's the only way I can describe it. Like, you did not think of me at all in that moment. Like, or anything prior to, like, at any point in time, you could have told me, hey, because they did say they were going to be here for the entire month. Like, I went back and read our text messages. Or, hey, like, I know I thought I was going to be here for the entire month, but plans changed, or whatever it was. Like, the situation itself was not the issue. It's more about the principle. I feel like I'm saying goodbye to this person indefinitely because I have a huge thing. I don't know when I'm going to see them again. They're not going to be in New York for quite some time. So it's just like, okay. And like, it made me really sad because I hate saying goodbye. Like, I hate saying goodbye to people. And like, it just really rocked me because I'm like, geez, like, dude, were we not like who does that? You know what I mean? So when I say it doesn't get better, because I've just had so many people who I have similar issues with. And it's like, I know that I have to treat people kindly regardless, right? I can't, even though I don't feel like I'm getting treated the way I should, I also can't just like, treating people the way they treat me requires me to step back a lot. And like, for some relationships, I am willing to do that, but for a lot of them, I am not. So that's a very hard lesson that I'm learning lately. But for whatever reason, I keep coming across people who are very self-absorbed, and I just don't get it. Because I just have the type of personality where like, I will give you the shirt off my back, like if you need it. Like, I will do anything for anybody. Family, friend, you need it, you got it. Like, that's just how I operate. And I just feel like people say that they operate like that, but in under so many like stipulations, and like I just can't. And like I want to get into the specifics of so many situations, but it's a lot of people that I'm like really close with. Or like, okay, let me tell you about this other situation. About this friend that I'm probably gonna have to cut off, which pains me so much. But this is just like a common thread in our relationship. So we make plans to hang out on a Sunday. We're both off work. We both have multiple jobs. She's like, we haven't seen each other in a while. I had kind of taken a step back because I felt like every time I invited her out, because she told me like she was so depressed, like she was dealing with something. No worries, like I get it. But it was getting to the point where every time I invited her out, she would say no. But then when I eventually would, you know, come around to hanging out with her, she'd be like, oh my God, I miss you so much. Like we got to get together more, etc., etc. But it's like, are you just saying that to say that? Because I'm inviting you out. Like, no, and I don't even mean like partying. Like, let's go get lunch. Do you want to come over and watch a movie? Like, I'm inviting you places and it's always just something. So I just stopped because I was like, you know what? Like, when she wants to hang out, she will hit me up. So I'm excited. We haven't hung out in a while. We make plans for that Sunday. That Saturday comes and she's kind of like, oh, like, what are you doing tomorrow? And I was like really confused. And I was like, oh, and then she sends me a picture of us. She's like, I miss you so much. And I'm like, I miss you too, but like, I'm glad we're going to see each other on Sunday. It's the assumption I'm operating under. So maybe this was like Saturday night or Friday night. And she's like, and we had been like sending each other event ideas back and forth, but nothing was like confirmed. So then she's like, oh, I told my friend blank, let's call my friend Susie. She goes, yeah, I told Susie that I was gonna hang out with her on Sunday. You should come. I'm looking at this text like, what? And so I just kind of let it sit for a bit because I was like, maybe I'm misunderstanding. Like, maybe she's gonna clarify. And I was like, and so she didn't. And so I texted her back. I said, oh no, you and Susie can go hang out. I don't want to tag along to your plans. I thought you and I had plans on Sunday. Because through all of this, it's making me very confrontational. Extremely. Because I've noticed with certain people, unless you're very direct, they don't get it. So then she doesn't really say anything. And I think because she knew she was wrong. So she's like, me and Susie are gonna go to brunch. She said they were gonna go to brunch. So she's like, and I wasn't gonna be free until later in the day anyway, like after 5 or 6. So she's like, yeah, Susie and I are just doing brunch. So just hit me up when you're done with your date and we can hang out. I said, okay, cool, no problem. But in the back of my head, because the experiences between she and I have been so weird lately, like I had very low expectations for that. What I told myself, because this friend has been very, very flaky also. Like there's been a lot of instances lately where she's been making plans with me and then not showing up or canceling at the last minute. So I'm like, you know what, like, because I've been talking to my therapist a lot about this. She's like, you cannot stop your life for people like that. Like, do things with other people so that way there's no pressure and you're not being disappointed, or just like, you know, go to things you want to go to and invite her. But either way, like, you're going to be doing something that you want to do. So after my date, I hit her up like she told me to. And I said, hey, I'm getting ready to leave the date. Like, what do you want to do? No reply. Nothing. No reply. Cool. So I end up going to this event, had a great time, met up with someone I know there. Then she's going to text me probably like 2 hours into the event. Hey, boo, I decided to go to work today. I keep missing you. Let's catch up another time. What? What? And so when I say it doesn't get better, it's just like, I have great friends outside of New York City, like amazing, amazing friends. And I feel like my friendships are getting worse. Like the quality of people I meet are just like, they don't consider me. They don't consider my feelings. They're just going to do what they do and expect me to just like fall in line with it. And I just don't get it. Honestly, like, I feel like because I was going through such a hard time, like I went through another hard time in the beginning of the year. it was so much drama. Like, if y'all really want to know, like, I'll tell you, but it was just like a lot of drama in a situation that I wasn't really in. I was kind of put in involuntarily, and it just kind of blew up in my face. And then like that situation happened, and then like the next day I ended my relationship, so it was like double whammy. And then on top of that, my friend started becoming really flaky because she was depressed because her relationship was ending. So then triple whammy. And then the people that I was dating were being very shitty, quadruple whammy. So it was just like thing on top of thing on top of thing on top of thing. And I'm just like, and after the first thing, it's like, okay, no problem, this will get better. Then after the second thing, it's like, okay, no problem, this will get better. And then it's like, I don't have any more it'll get betters left in me. I am at my wit's end. And I'm just like, well, what if it doesn't get better? Like, what if it doesn't? Is that inherently bad? Or is that just something that we've indoctrinated on ourselves to keep us going? Because I feel like me consistently telling myself it'll get better has yielded me nothing in my current life. And then I got some hard news earlier this week, right? So this is probably about my sixth big life event this year. And I am just so worn down. I was telling my therapist, I'm like, I don't have any more fight left in me, honestly. And it sucks because I'm so young. But like, I get it now. Like, I didn't get it before, but I get it now. I don't know. This was just a lot of word vomit. But if you've ever felt like this, what did you do? I'm still working. I'm still going through the motions. But if I'm not at work, I have 3 jobs. If I'm not at work, I'm in the bed. I can't live like this. And I keep reminiscing on my life like 6 months ago. No, at this point, the year's going by so fast. I was saying I was reminiscing on my life 6 months ago in January. I'm like, let's just say a year ago. Like, really reminiscing on my life from a year ago. I just miss, and it's not even like so much I miss things that were going on or I miss people. I just miss the level of optimism and kind of naivety, however you say that word, about things. Like, I just felt like I just had so much to look forward to. I was just such a different person. And people don't talk about how much big life events can just wear you down and change fundamentally who you are. And I feel like that's the point where I'm getting to, is like, I felt like I was holding on so much to the person I was 8 months ago, 10 months ago. I didn't want to let her go. But now that I want to say now that I'm on the other side, but I'm not on the other side. Like, I'm still in the thick of it. But now that I'm here, it's just like, maybe that person doesn't exist anymore. And that's really fucking shitty, dude. Like, I just... I know what someone's gonna say. I need to go talk to the lady, but trust me, I talk to her a lot. I don't know, like, is this life? Like, I know that people have life stuff going on, but I've just never had things happen concurrently. Like, big life event. Like, how do you function? Big life event. Gotta go to work the next day, pretend like nothing happened. Like, what? Sitting there in meetings about clothes, and I'm just like, none of this matters. The sales don't matter. Like, what matters is X situation that I have on my plate right now. And it's just like, this is the life I worked so hard to build. This is what I wanted so bad. Like, I'm living in my answered prayers, and I am so miserable.